A suspected murderer still on the loose after a shooting over the weekend. Now we hear from one of the victim's friends for the first time.
Plus, an argument over a parking spot ends in a deadly shooting in Clearwater.
And how the South Florida Museum is remembering Snooty the manatee 1 year after his death. Your Suncoast News starts right now.
You're watching ABC7 News at 5.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Adam Cellini. Thanks for being with us tonight. Scott Dennis has the night off. And we start tonight with some breaking news in Sarasota County. Right now, paramedics are working to help multiple people who were pulled from the water at Lido Beach.
ABC7's Rick Adams joins us now live from the scene. Rick, what do we know so far?
Yeah, guys, this rescue happened about an hour and a half ago. It took place in the beach area right back there. Fire officials say 3 people had to be rescued. They were in the water, and they include a 40-year-old woman, a 40-year-old man, and a 10-year-old boy. They were taken to the hospital where their conditions are unknown at this time.
At approximately 3:28 this afternoon, our 911 dispatch center received a call for a possible water rescue. Sarasota County Beach Patrol was on scene. At that time, they had 1 patient. Subsequent to that, we ended up with 3 patients total. We had 2 adult patients and 1 pediatric patient that were all transported from the scene.
Now, fire officials are trying to figure out exactly what happened, but there is a lot of wind out here, and the surf is very, very rough out here, so they're seeing if that played a contributing factor into what occurred here with this rescue. As soon as we find out more details on this, we'll certainly pass it along to you. Reporting live from Lido Beach, I'm Rick Adams. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Rick. Well, tonight, Florida's Stand Your Ground law is back in the spotlight after a shooting in Pinellas County. The sheriff there deciding not to charge a man who shot and killed someone over a parking spot in Clearwater last week.
The law enacted in Florida in 2005 allows anyone to use deadly force if they feel their life is being threatened. ABC7's Jackie Kelly tells us why people here on the Suncoast are upset about this latest shooting. Jackie?
Adam, Jacqueline, people around the Suncoast are shocked that a man was able to kill another man over a parking spot and walk away scot-free. Now, some people say that they don't believe that this law is being interpreted properly by law enforcement, while others say that this law purposely discriminates against people of color.
Well, this isn't the Wild Wild West. I mean, everybody who looks at you sideways or, makes an insult to you or pushes you, we don't allow you to start shooting people.
Board-certified criminal defense lawyer Derek Bird says he believes Pinellas County Sheriff's Department made a bad call on the Stand Your Ground law after a man was murdered over a parking space. Here's the footage of the incident. Michael Draka, who is a white male, confronted Brittany Jacobs over parking illegally in a handicapped spot while her boyfriend went inside to the store. Once her boyfriend, Marcus McLaughlin, who is a black male, came out of the store, he pushed Draka to the ground. Dreka then grabbed his gun and shot and killed McLaughlin. Pinellas County Sheriff said because Dreka claims he feared for his life, the Stand Your Ground law allows him to get off scot-free. Local activist group Answer Suncoast says this law targets harming people of color.
This wouldn't have happened if he was white.
He says Florida has seen many cases like this since the law was put in place, such as the Trayvon Martin shooting in 2012.
It's a call to arms for vigilantes, for white vigilantes to patrol and to sort of lurk their neighborhoods in search of people of color who they see as, enemies and basically target them.
Bird says he still supports the Stand Your Ground law, even though he says it was misused in this case.
The problem is, as I see it with Stand Your Ground, is that it's not the law itself. I think the law itself makes sense. I frankly don't think I should have to figure out if I could run before I can defend myself. I should be able to stand my ground. The problem is that we are now seeing more and more cases where people are feeling like they get to stand their ground when they really don't, they're not in fear of death.
The Answer Suncoast group said they're working with other organizations such as Black Lives Matter to put together more rallies in the future, both state and countrywide, to talk about the issue of racism and the problems with this law. They also have a petition going around trying to get justice for the victim. Reporting live in Sarasota, Jackie Kelly, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you very much, Jackie. A suspected murderer is on the run after a fatal shooting in Bradenton over the weekend. And tonight we are hearing from one of those victims' friends. Deputies are actively searching for Joe Clairjusti, wanted for murder in connection to Sunday's double homicide behind a shopping plaza on Cortez Road. The sheriff's office says one of the victims was found dead at the scene and another was pronounced dead at Manatee Memorial Hospital. Deputies also revealed today there is a fourth person involved in this case, who they are now referring to as a witness. Zachary Watson says he wants his friend Caleb Bowman to be remembered as a genuine, caring person.
He had a lot of pride and he was very stern. He carried himself with a lot of respect.
Coming up tonight at 6, we'll explain the criminal history of some of the people involved in this case.
A Venice woman is behind bars after Sarasota Sheriff's deputies removed over 30 neglected animals from her home. Elaine Wells was arrested for DUI last month and requested animal services to respond to her home on Pineapple Place to care for her animals. Now, we do want to mention that some viewers may find the pictures involved in this investigation disturbing. Animal Services found 34 exotic birds flying around the residence. Several birds were underweight and suffered signs of self-mutilation and lacked access to food or water. They also impounded a 15-year-old Boston Terrier. Wells has been charged with 3 misdemeanors, including cruelty to animals.
Lightning lit up the sky during overnight storms here on the Suncoast. This is video one ABC7 viewer sent in. That storm did knock out power at an estimated 800 homes this morning in Manatee County. Some more early morning storms.
Yeah, and we've had those dangerous storms, also some rip currents, which could be a factor in today's issue out at Lido Beach. I know Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan has been tracking some of those rip currents and storms for us over the past couple days.
Yeah, it's all part of a big system, a low pressure area over the southeast United States. It's not our typical storm season right now, thunderstorms that we're seeing. Last night was outflow boundary from an intense line of storms developing along a frontal boundary, which very seldom gets down into Florida this time of year. It's also causing some dangerous rip currents. We've seen these strong west winds since about Wednesday of last week. That just piles of water on the area beaches, as we're seeing a time lapse from the Casey Key webcam, and then all that water has to go out somewhere, and so it finds a channel, and that fast moving channel can sometimes carry swimmers off away from the beach, and that can be a very dangerous situation. So that continues. That's in effect through Tuesday, so it'll be around again tomorrow as those winds will pick up, especially in the afternoon. We are also looking for some late night and early morning thunderstorms. We're in this pattern where we're going to see little pieces of energy rotating around this big area of low pressure over the southeast, which will push on shore at times. Now, the timing and the intensity of these storms remains to be determined, because a lot of them just kind of moves across the Gulf and kind of picks up speed. Sometimes it weakens, and we're going to see this low, though, eventually move out Wednesday. We'll get back to somewhat of a normal pattern, and that we'll see scattered storms in the morning along the coast on Wednesday and Thursday, and then inland storms in the afternoon on both those days. By the weekend, though, we should get back to more inland storms coming back toward the coast in the afternoon and evening. Right there is the low. You can see it spinning. It's going to continue to send these little pieces of energy our way as it pinwheels around that area of low pressure. And right now, not much going on out there, but we'll watch this. The models are indicating that this will start to strengthen over the next several hours as it makes its way toward the west coast of Florida. But right now, not too bad, just the rip current problem. Back to you.
Okay, Bob, thank you. It's been 1 year since a tragic accident killed the oldest living manatee in captivity at the South Florida Museum. Snooty drowned after getting stuck in a 30-inch plumbing access tunnel just days after his 69th birthday. Although there are no special events in honor of Snooty today, the museum says they honor him every day with their manatee rehab program. Museum staff says there are many people who share a special connection with Snooty.
Everyone had a different reason. Sometimes it was they had grown up coming to see him. Sometimes they had had their wedding reception and he had been part of that. Sometimes it was their fond memories of family times or school. And oftentimes it was just he showed people what manatees are and what amazing creatures they are, how interesting and curious and different they are.
Well, today, Snooty would have been 70 years old. Before he died, he was added to the Guinness World Record book for being the oldest known manatee at the age of 69. His official portrait now hangs in the planetarium lobby with the museum's founders, and we certainly do miss little Snooty. Well, ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern joining us now, and kind of a quiet start for the new week on Wall Street.
A very quiet start, surprisingly quiet, but that's going to change in a real big hurry. And the reason it's going to change, well, it's earnings week. That's not an official term, that's my term, but how about 170 of the 500 stocks that make up the Dow Jones Industrial Average, more than 1/3 of them will report earnings this week. And as you know, or should know, stocks respond to earnings. So if earnings are strong, the stocks should respond accordingly. We'll see how that works, but today it was wait for the earnings, and we got some after the close, but let's take a look and see how we did before. The answer is not very much. There you see the Dow down by less than 14 points, 25,044.29, a loss of 0.06% on volume of 882 million shares. The NASDAQ the other way, that's an up arrow, up almost 22 points, not quite 0.3% at 7,841.87. That on volume of 1,994 million shares. And the S&P, well, did all right, up 0.2%, just over 5 points at 2,806.98. And speaking of doing all right, Hasbro did all right today. The stock was up by a whopping 13% after the company said its earnings for the quarter came in well ahead of expectations, that despite the fact that Toys R Us, one of its main distributors, of course declared bankruptcy. Among their well-known games are Monopoly, Candyland, Chutes and Ladders, my personal favorite, Clue, Nerf, Mr. Potato Head, and Scrabble. And indeed, for a stock, any stock, to be up 13% in one day, that's a real strong move.
Yeah, I would have to say Candyland was always one of my
Oh,
favorite
there you
games.
go.
And toys still popular. How about that?
No question about that.
Well, we do also have some late news on Google, Richard.
Late news and great news. They announced their earnings after the market closed, so you won't really see a response until tomorrow. But the earnings were terrific. The stock's going to open way up tomorrow morning.
All right, thank you, Richard.
You're
we'll see you
welcome.
then.
All right, excellent. Well, coming up, new video of crews removing the duck boat that sank last week in Missouri, while one inspector says he warned the company about the boat's issues last year.
And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast for the week ahead. Plus, why a new study says diet soda could help fight off colon cancer. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The ABC7 Stock Report is sponsored by Sunset Cadillac.
At Boys and Girls Clubs, it's not just about trying new things.
Tanya, come here.
Learning the right steps.
2, 3, 4.
Or making contact. It's not just about exploring the future. It's about helping them build it. It's about making a connection. It's about proving every kid and teen who enters our doors has what it takes. Great futures start here.
According to a new survey by U.S. News and World Report, 3 of Alabama's top 4 hotels and resorts are part of the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail Resort Collection. The Grand Hotel Marriott Resort in Point Clear, the Battle House Renaissance Mobile Hotel and Spa, and the Renaissance Birmingham Ross Bridge Golf Resort and Spa. Hey, we didn't invent Southern hospitality, we just offer more of it. Visit rtjgolf.com/resorts to find out more.
Sarasota Oxygen and CPAP is the largest locally owned CPAP supply company in the area. Is it time to replace your old equipment? The staff at Sarasota Oxygen and CPAP can show you the most up-to-date CPAP equipment and supplies to meet your sleep apnea needs, including portable travel devices and the SoClean automatic CPAP sanitizer. We serve all of Southwest Florida, giving the highest quality of care with the finest CPAP equipment. Please visit our website, sarasotacpap.com.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try So Clean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
So Clean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try So Clean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398, or visit SoClean.com today.
A follow-up now on the duck boat that capsized during a storm in Missouri last week. That boat has now been raised from the bottom of Table Rock Lake. The boat capsized and sank 80 feet during a severe thunderstorm. 31 people were on board at the time, and 17 of those people were killed. Survivors say they were told by the captain that they would not need their life jackets. There's also many that have been there have also been many design problems with these boats. One inspector says he warned this company last year.
One of the most prominent things that I found was the exhaust being in the front of the vessel, which according to Department of Transportation standards would not pass regulation. I pretty much got a thank you for your report, and they paid their invoice. Which I didn't hear much feedback about my findings at all.
The investigation into the cause of the accident is underway, but could likely take months to complete.
Well, the Suncoast was anything but this morning. Strong storms rattled parts of Manatee County. This is the scene around 28th Avenue East in Palmetto. Neighbors there are cleaning up damage left from a storm that rolled through around 5 o'clock this morning. At the Coach House Mobile Home Park, wind gusts curled siding on some homes. The wind also damaged a few roofs, twisted a street sign, and snapped a power pole.
It just all of a sudden just hit right now. And my whole trailer just shook. In fact, I thought it was gone, but it only lasted about 3 seconds.
Now a bulldozer is on the property to help clean up that debris. And I know, Bob, you had mentioned that you got up right when those storms were going on. Yeah. I think they woke me up a little bit. I went back to sleep, but...
Yeah, so did my dogs. I mean, dogs woke me up, I think, at first. I think they sensed something was coming. And then, sure enough, the winds picked up, lightning occurred, and all associated with a line of intense storms making their way through the panhandle of Florida. Earlier, there was a tornado, and that outflow boundary created those storms at around 5 o'clock for much of Manatee County, although Sarasota seemed to escape a lot of the problems as far as that goes, as it kind of shifted off to the east, and a lot of the energy was used up. Here's what's going on as far as our Anna Maria webcam goes. We have had some clouds around and not much rainfall through the sunrise. Actually, things kind of quit. And you can see fairly calm conditions out there in the protected bay, but out in the waters, it's been rough going. Rip current advisory is still with us through Tuesday evening. The big storms on the east coast now and down to the southeast of us near Miami. It's been rattling down there as far as lightning and thunder goes. Not much here, though. It's pretty quiet in Sarasota and Manatee counties. A line of showers developing now up in the northeast portion of the Gulf of Mexico. Keep an eye on this energy right here. It's all kind of rotating around that low pressure area I mentioned, and it could start to fill in here in the eastern Gulf of Mexico, just to the west of Pinellas, Manatee, and Sarasota counties. Again, we'll keep an eye on this. You can just see these storms are firing up here just in the last hour or so, and they are heading east, but as I said, it's kind of wrapping around this big circulation of low pressure in the upper levels of the atmosphere. So all this will kind of develop, I think, and start to pop up here in the Gulf sometime after 8 o'clock tonight. Showers and storms along I-75. Tough driving near Interstate 10 and I-75 this afternoon. Down here, nothing going on. It's pretty quiet, and as I said, it should stay that way too. We're not anticipating any problems, although a flood warning now is in effect for the Manatee River at the Mayaca Head. That continues now, and that flood warning not going away anytime soon, I don't suspect. That's where the heaviest rain fell this morning, over an inch, but nothing going on in Osprey and Venice. Northport had a little bit of rainfall, but by far the heaviest was where we saw that damage near Palmetto and into parts of Bradenton. Well, there's the low pressure area. It's spinning right here over Georgia and into Alabama and Mississippi. There's a little bit of dry air to the north thereof, but for us, there's still a lot of moisture out here in the Gulf of Mexico, and all this is going to kind of work its way into the coast. So a pretty good chance for showers and storms. Not everyone is going to get the rainfall like we saw this morning, but the storms that do pop up could be some heavy rainmakers. This indicating still some showers and storms around at 11 o'clock tonight. And you'll notice another line of showers kind of developing in the Gulf of Mexico just after sunrise and then pushing on shore at times. And then eventually this low kicks out of here by Wednesday morning, and we'll start to see just a scattered showers in the morning along the coast, with inland storms favored in the afternoon and evening. By the weekend, by Friday, in fact, we'll see afternoon and evening storms coming from central Florida toward the west coast. 88 degrees now into Orlando. It's a bit cooler in Jacksonville, and temperatures down to the mid-80s, even some upper 70s in Arcadia now at 79, 86 in Sarasota. The Gulf water temperature pretty warm, and our winds will stay out of the west, and that means the water will continue to pile up on area beaches, making for some high surf and some dangerous rip currents developing throughout the day tomorrow on Tuesday. Again, temperatures are pretty warm where it's not raining, 92 right now in Key West. So rip currents and scattered storms are possible for boaters tomorrow. Look for southwest winds 5 to 10 knots to start today, picking up to 15 in the afternoon with a moderate chop on the bays and inland waters. The extended forecast is calling for a 60% chance for storms developing later on this evening and into the early morning hours. We get back to a 40% chance on Thursday and a pretty good bet for scattered storms, at least in the afternoon and evening, Friday through Sunday. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Bob. Now to first alert traffic. The roads looking pretty clear right now. We are seeing some minor backups, though, on State Road 70 right around the I-75 interchange, but no major traffic jams at this hour. Jacqueline?
Thanks, Adam. In health news tonight, healthcare is shifting in a fundamental way for millions of Americans as more insurers branch out beyond medical coverage. Some insurers have started paying for meal deliveries and rides to fitness centers. Hospital networks are hiring more workers to visit people at home and learn about their lives, not just about their illness. The idea is to focus on keeping patients healthy instead of waiting to treat them once they become sick or wind up in an expensive hospital. A new study finds the risk of having a heart attack while pregnant, giving birth, or during the 2 months after delivery continues to increase for American women. NYU School of Medicine researchers found that the risk of suffering a heart attack among pregnant women rose 25% from 2002 to 2014. They say that trend among many women have children later in life is one possible reason for the increase, as heart attack risk rises with age overall and especially during pregnancy. They also say more women are obese or have diabetes, key risk factors for heart attack. Coming up, authorities are trying to figure out what caused a 12-story building in Miami to collapse and why thousands of fish were caught on camera jumping into a fisherman's boat. Those stories coming up next.
Hello, Mom.
Amanda's mom's appointment just got rescheduled for today. Amanda needs right at home. Our customized care plan provides as much or as little help as her mom requires, whether it's a ride to the doctor or help around the house.
Oh, of course. Tom, I am really sorry. I've got to go.
Look, call right at home. Get the right care right at home.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Forester is an IIHS top safety pick for 12 years running, and right now, you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $229 a month, or get 0% financing with zero down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
A 12-story building on Miami Beach crumbles to the ground, leaving one person injured. Police say demolition was going on, but it's not clear why this structure collapsed. The Marlboro House condo building had a permit on file for demolition, but not an implosion permit. The building was scheduled for demolition to make way for a new 19-story tower on the beachfront property. The person who was hurt was taken to a local hospital in unknown condition. 3 people are in the hospital tonight after a house collapsed this morning in New Jersey. Crews were called to the scene around 7 a.m. after the 3-story building fell onto itself. When they arrived, officials say rescue personnel were able to get all 3 people out of the rubble. They were taken to the hospital, and the cause of that collapse is under investigation.
Tens of thousands of fish surprised a group of fishermen by leaping out of the water and into their fishing boat in northern Taiwan. Take a look at this. A fisherman recorded this as he and his crew were cleaning the boat overnight on Friday. The fisherman says he saw a group of barracudas in the area and said it's possible they were hunting the sardines, whipping them into a frenzy. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, 2 new hospitals coming to the Venice area, why residents are not happy with some changes that need to be made.
Plus, how you can save big on back-to-school shopping this year. Stay with us.
Sarasota Oxygen and CPAP is the largest locally owned CPAP supply company in the area. Is it time to replace your old equipment? The staff at Sarasota Oxygen and CPAP can show you the most up-to-date CPAP equipment and supplies to meet your sleep apnea needs, including portable travel devices and the SoClean automatic CPAP sanitizer. We serve all of Southwest Florida, giving the highest quality of care with the finest CPAP equipment. Please visit our website, sarasotacpap.com.
According to Golf Digest, 2 of the nation's top golf resorts are on the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, the Auburn Opelika Marriott at Grand National, and the Renaissance Ross Bridge Golf Resort and Spa in Birmingham. Plus, the Marriott at Grand National was recognized as Hotel of the Year by Marriott International. Experience luxury and world-class golf Southern style. Visit rtjgolf/resorts or call 800-949-4444 to book your trip to the trail.
So, how many of us feel completely confident about our financial future? Let's hear some specifics. Yes, go ahead.
I don't want to be a burden to my kids. When my husband died, it took almost all of our savings to give him a proper funeral. I honestly don't know if there's enough to bury me, let alone cover expenses should something happen.
Okay. Let's talk solutions. One thing you may want to get in place is a guaranteed whole life insurance policy from United of Omaha Life Insurance Company, which is a Mutual of Omaha company. This is affordable coverage, which provides a cash payment which can cover funeral expenses, bills, and other financial needs. Most payments are on their way within 24 hours. Yes, sir.
Do I need medical exams, things like that?
No medical exams. If you're between the ages of 45 and 85, you can call this number or you can go online and apply for coverage up to $25,000. United of Omaha Guaranteed Whole Life Insurance. Call or go online now.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hi, I'm Ray Collins. Sarasota County Schools will swear in their first ever police chief. We'll tell you what Paul Grohowski says he plans to do to keep students safe in the schools. A preview tomorrow on Good Morning Suncoast. John?
Ray, we're continuing to monitor an area of low pressure spinning in the deep south, sending little waves of energy our way, enhancing rainfall chances.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.